Hello and welcome to Become the Teapot. I'm John.
And I'm Ian. It doesn't quite have the same ring to it. This is a podcast where we discuss one comic book adaptation in relation to some of the comics that inspired them. And this episode, in honour of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier coming to Disney+, we're discussing 2014's Captain America, The Winter Soldier, directed by Joe and Anthony Russo. We will also be discussing the first 14 issues of Ed Brubaker's Captain America Volume 5, which ran from 2005 to 2009. But in a battle between page versus screen, who will emerge as the Winter Soldier? Let's find out. So we did have something missing from last episode, and it's something that people are outraged by. I have received many fan letters to say that they are missing Ian's egg hunt. Now, I can't do it. It wouldn't make any sense. I have no idea what an Easter egg is or how to find them. So I have instead conscripted John here to take over. So cue the music. John's egg hunt. John's egg hunt.
I'm not yoking, yeah? Alright, so the first Easter egg is, at one point, there's a Quinjet, and Quinjets have been in other Marvel films. No, so there's a film, there's a Quinjet that takes off at one point, and it has the number 42 on the side. And people who are fans of Douglas Adams may know that 42 is the answer to everything in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So I noticed that, I was like, that's 42. Good reference.
It is indeed, yeah. Again, I will throw in, is there anything surrounding that? Is that a reference, or is it just happened to be they had to put a number on the ship and they put 42?
Mate, it's definitely an Easter egg. What are you on
about? Well, it's in the Easter egg segment, so it's got to be.
Like, what do you take me for? Other Easter egg is at the end of the movie when they're attending Nick Fury's grave. There is a Bible verse on the headstone which is attributed to Ezekiel, and that's a reference to Sam Jackson's work in the film Pulp Fiction, in which he quotes an Ezekiel verse towards the beginning of the movie.
The path of the righteous man.
Yes, exactly.
Beset on all the sides. Yeah, I don't actually think... I seem to remember reading that it's not a real Bible quote, and Quentin Tarantino took it from a kung fu movie or something, and then just had the character say it's from Ezekiel. And then everyone since has gone, yeah, it's my favourite Bible verse.
Yeah, so I know it's not in the Bible. I don't know if it's in a kung fu movie or not, but I know it is not a real Bible verse. But then I think that suits Samuel L. Jackson to have his own version of the Bible that has much more quotable verses in it.
Yeah, a lot more swearing, presumably.
Yes. Oh, and that's actually, there's a point in the comic where Nick Fury, he uses like a super tame swear word. And I was like, that's another thing. When you've got a character played by Samuel L. Jackson and they use, I think it might be even the word flippin'. And I'm like, there is no version of Nick Fury in my head that uses the word flippin' as a swear word.
Well, the thing is, Nick Fury in the comic books is actually born in the late 1900s. So he is probably going to be using words like flippin', and I imagine a lot of 1930s slang. Whereas new Nick Fury, oh, it's motherfucking this and all that, you know.
Yep. I did also notice on the subject of the ethnicities of the movie, the only swear word in the comic is said by the black man. So that's good.
Is that an Easter egg?
I don't think it's an Easter egg. It's a comment on ethnic diversity.
Perhaps that's a new segment for next episode.
Ian gets back and you're like, yeah, we've replaced the Easter eggs with commentaries on ethnic diversity. And he's like, but another Easter egg. It's not really an Easter egg because it's a Stan Lee cameo and they're in all of them. But I do like the Stan Lee cameo in this one where he's in the Smithsonian and worried he might get fired. It's not my favourite Stan Lee cameo, but it's pretty good.
What's your favourite Stan Lee cameo?
I think it is the one from Spider-Man Homecoming. Is it Homecoming? He's listening to the music on the headphones and the lizard and Spider-Man are having the fight in the background.
That is must be Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Yes. Yeah, I do like that cameo. It's a good one.
I like his one where he's telling the story to the Watcher on the Moon. I think it's Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Isn't my favourite MCU film, but I like the idea that Stan Lee is the storyteller telling everyone the stories of the MCU anyway. It's a nice letter.
Yeah, it is. It's good. The other one is Captain Marvel, where he's reading the script for Mallrats on the train.
Yes.
That is
one of the few where he plays himself.
Yep.
I think we've deviated away from Easter eggs.
Yep.
Shall we get back on topic and wrap things up?
Is that coming up on my mic?
I can hear it, yes. I don't know what it is.
I'm podcasting here.